ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಶ್ರೀಮತ್ ಸುಧಾದ್ಭುತಾಂಬೋಧಿ ವಿಕ್ರೀಡನ ವಿಚಕ್ಷಣಾನ್ ವಾಕ್ಯಾರ್ಥಚಂದ್ರಿಕಾಕಾರಾನ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾಧೀಶ ಗುರೂನ್ ಭಜೆ. ವಿದ್ಯಾಪೀಠ ವಿಧಾತಾರಂ ವಿದ್ಯಾವಾರಿಧಿ ಚಂದಿರಂ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿವತ್ಸಲಂ ವಂದೇ ಮಹಾಮಹಿಮ ಸದ್ಗುರುಂ. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. Vidyadhish Tirtha Swamiji is a successor to the pontiff Vedavyas Tirtha Swamiji. Vidyadhish Tirtharu was the head of Uttarathi between the period 1619 to 1631. The life led by Vidyadhish Tirtha Swamiji is quite interesting. Since childhood itself, Vidyadhish Tirtha Swamiji was a child prodigy and he was a very brilliant student. He was born to a pious Brahmin couple, Pandurangi Ananda Bhattaraka and Pandurangi Gangabai. They stayed in a small town Punatamba on the banks of river Godavari. As his father, so his son. Ananda Bhattaraka propitiated goddess Mahalakshmi at Kolhapur for 12 long years. By the blessings of goddess Mahalakshmi, his family was blessed with learning, wealth and noble progeny for generations together. Ananda Bhattaraka was a contemporary of Sri Vadiraja Tirtha Swamiji. Vadiraja Tirtha Swamiji was a famous pontiff of Sode Matha, that is one of the 8 mathas of Udupi. Once, a scholar wanted to have philosophical debate with Sri Vadiraja Tirtha Swamiji and invited him for a debate. When Sri Vadiraja Tirtha Swamiji went there, the Pandit wanted time and went on postponing the date. As Sri Vadiraja Tirtha had to return urgently to Udupi to take charge of his pariyaya, he appointed Ananda Bhattaraka to debate with that Pandit and gave him Mantrakshati. Later, Ananda Bhattaraka defeated that Pandit with the power of Mantrakshati given by Vadiraja Tirtha and brought Jay Patrika from him. Sri Vadiraja Tirtha was pleased with the service of Ananda Bhatta and blessed him that he would get a son similar to Sri Vadiraja Tirtha himself. This event is recorded even Sri Vadiraja Guruvara Charitamrita, composed by Ramachandracharya. Vadiraja Tirtha Swamiji had intense belief and intense in Ananda Bhattaraka because he was a Shishya of Raghuttama Tirtharu. Soon, as promised by Vadiraja Tirtha Swamiji, Ananda Bhattaraka begot a son. They named the son Narsimhacharya because he was born with the blessings of Lord Narsimha and by the blessings of goddess Mahalakshmi. Narsimhacharya studied the Shastras from his father Ananda Bhattaraka. At the age of 16 years itself, he became a great scholar in Nyaya, Mimamsa, Vyakarana and Vedanta. Not just learning, he even started teaching the Shastras to other disciples also. There were 2 Pandits, Shiva Pandita and Vishwa Pandita. They both were very well versed in Vyakarana Shastra. They threw a debate and openly challenged Narsimhacharya for his scholarship. Narsimhacharya defeated Shiva Pandita and Vishwa Pandita in the debate with very much ease. Similarly, he even defeated Golinga Pandita in Nyaya Shastra and Tana Bhatta in Shrauta Shastras. In his Purvashrama itself, it seemed like Narsimhacharya knew his cause of birth. He defeated all the scholars and propagated Madhva philosophy and Dvaita Siddhanta. Narsimhacharya's fame and glory spread throughout the country in no time. Many people who couldn't tolerate the fame of Narsimhacharya, that too at a very early age, invited him to their native places to defeat him. But Narsimhacharya defeated all of them and only established our Madhva philosophy and Dvaita Siddhanta. The then pontiff of Uttaradhimat, Sri Vedavyas Tirtha Swamiji, called Narsimhacharya to meet him. Knowing about all the victories and intellectual capacity of Narsimhacharya, Vedavyas Tirtha Swamiji ordained Narsimhacharya into sannyas ashrama and named him as Vidyadhisha Tirtha Swamiji. Vidyadhisha Tirtha Swamiji, as per the blessings and orders of his guru, undertook the tour. He visited Tirupati, Bhadrachala, Udupi, Dharmapuri, Srikalahasti, Srirangam, Tanjavur, Kumbhakonam, Madurai, Rameshwaram. There is no place he hasn't visited. All the way along, he engaged in philosophical debates with the scholars in their native places, defeated them, and established Dvaita Siddhanta. During his visit to Udupi, he composed his magnum opus, Vakyartha Chandrika, the commentary to Nyaya Sudha on the first 5 adhikaranas of Nyaya Sudha. Even today, till date, his commentary is considered very much tough. If you want to know how much tough the commentary is, there is another commentary, Vakyartha Ratnamala, which is a commentary to Vakyartha Chandrika. We need Vakyartha Ratnamala to understand Vakyartha Chandrika. Such is the intellectual capacity of Vidyadhish Tirtha Swamiji. After completing the South Indian tour, he decided to tour North India. In the north, he visited many places, including Prayaga, Varanasi, Gaya, Ayodhya, Mathura, Brindavana, Kurukshetra, Badri, whatnot. During his visit to Gaya, many disciples there complained about the Gaya Vadas demanding high fees for Shraddha Karma from the members of Uttradhimat. Vidyadhish Tirtha Swamiji showed all the Tantrikas his miraculous power by bringing life to a Vatavruksha which was dried for many years. The dried Vatavruksha started to spring just by few drops of Tirtha Prokshana on it. All the Tantrikas over there were very much wonderstruck and realized their mistake. From then till day, Uttradhimat and its disciples has got the privilege of offering puja and naivedya to Vishnupada every day. Not just one. In another instance, the Divan of Srirangapatna, Chamarajendra, was suffering from severe food allergy. Vidyadhish Tirtha Swamiji sprinkled Tirtha on Chamarajendra and cured his food allergy. Today, we must all be very much grateful for the independent works composed by Vidyadhish Tirtha Swamiji. He composed Ekadashi Nirnaya, which is an independent work on how to determine Ekadashi. Janmashtami Nirnaya. It is briefly described how to determine Krishna Jayanti and on what basis and at what time we should break the fast. He composed Vishnu Panchaka Nirnaya to determine days for Vishnu Panchaka Vrata. He even composed Tititra Nirnaya. Many other compositions were also given by him, but unfortunately they aren't available today for us. Vidyadhish Tirtha Swamiji toured the whole country. He mainly focused on spread of our Madhva philosophy. He ordained Kortigi Pradyumnacharya into Sannyas Ashrama and named him as Vedanidhi Tirtha Swamiji. An ardent devotee of Vidyadhish Tirtha Swamiji, Narsappa, vowed to take food only after having darshan of Vidyadhish Tirtha Swamiji every day. So on the request of Narsappa, an ideal of Sri Vidyadhish Tirtha Swamiji was prepared when he was at Prayaga. This Narsappa later took sannyasa from Sri Vidyadhish Tirtha Swamiji and became Narsimhayati. This Narsimhayati has even written Khandartha for the Upanishads. Vidyadhish Tirtha Swamiji entered the Vrindavan on the banks of river Ganga in Ekachakranagara. Later, his remains were brought to Ranebennur and his Vrindavan is constructed here. Sri Vidyadhish Tirtha Swamiji added a great chapter to the history of Sri Uttradhimat and Dvaita Sampradaya. On his Aradhana today, let us all throw light on him and follow the path led by him. Shri Krishnarpanamastu.